Hi, welcome back. Today, we are going to open up a tin of the new Cornell and Diehl small batch Midnight Orchard. I have been away, as you know. I bought this while I was on a cruise ship in Alaska, and I have been very disconnected on purpose. I've just been relaxing and not paying attention to much of anything out there, to be quite honest. And I have not heard anything about this until yesterday when a YTPC friend reached out to me and asked me what I thought about it. And his comments about it made me laugh. I still have not done any research about it. I do not know what the general consensus about this blend is at this point. But based on what he was saying, I kind of have an idea of where we might be going with this blend. So I'm excited to open this up and give it a try. Let's check it out. So fresh tin. There we go. All right, got the regular puck here at the top. And look at that. Beautiful ready rub. This was definitely pressed, cut, and rubbed out. Just the chunkiness of this. You can see the partial flake portions that weren't rubbed out completely. That smells like a Christmas fruitcake. Wow. So the description is quite accurate. And it smells like an aromatic. So it says that it reveals hints of dark fruit and citrus, loamy earth, and warming spice. I don't know about the loamy earth, but the berry citrus warming spice is definitely there. That smells like a Christmas fruitcake, which I'm not a fan of, by the way, but not the smell, the taste. I am not a fan of the taste. It smells great, though. Now I'm really curious. So this contains blackened bright Virginias, lemon bright Virginias, heirloom Virginia strips, old belt red Virginias from 2019 and 2022, and St. James Perique. So if I remember correctly, the Steamworks had Old Belt Virginias from 2019, and here I have referencing, and yeah, Old Belt Virginias 2019. So I'm assuming it's the same Old Belt Virginias that they're using here. Perique, but this Steamworks was an Oriental leaning, and this has no Orientals in it. This is Virginias and Perique, and some sort of aromatic toppings to give it these smells and flavors. We'll see about the flavors, though. Sometimes the smell doesn't translate to the smoke. So let's pack a bowl. Before I pack this bowl, I just want to give another shout out to Matt and a huge thank you for sending me this beautiful tobacco tray to load my pipes on. The quality of this is outstanding. And he also shared with me a bunch of other things, which I will be sharing in the very near future with you all. I got to give credit where credit is due. Super generous of Matt to send this to me. Friend of the YTPC. And he's got some stuff coming. And I look forward to him sharing it with us so we can shout him out even more. More news to come. Anyway, I have picked my meerschaum to taste this out of to see if I can pick out the aromatic qualities of this blend. So I'm going to rub this out a little bit more here just to see, how well this breaks down. Maybe help it pack a little more evenly. We'll see how that goes. So when things are really chunky, they don't pack as well. Get a really uneven pack, get an uneven smoke, and that's never fun. I think that was the perfect amount. It smells good. I mean, it literally smells like a Christmas fruitcake. That is hilarious. If I loved Christmas fruitcake, that would be even better. I do enjoy the smell. It smells great. All right, let's light her up. All right, let's see how this Christmas fruitcake smokes. Very light on the flavor. Nice, though. That is a very light aromatic. I wouldn't call this an aromatic from a smoke standpoint, aromatic from a smell standpoint, but this is a great example of a crossover blend. Somebody going from aromatics to a non-aromatic. This would be a great experience for them to have. Nothing that they put in here is smack you across the face. Retrohell is very smooth. This blend is going to age beautifully. Anytime you can put the Virginias and the Perique together, the Perique is a fermented product, so you're adding the a fermentation culture into the blend, and over time, that's going to help create an environment where those sugars will ferment faster, more appropriately, properly, probably the better way of saying that. Very smooth smoke, but it does not smoke like an aromatic. This is again, a wonderful crossover blend. Anybody interested in going from aromatics to Virginias, since this is mostly a Virginia base, there is an earthy undertone in the smoke, which I was not getting on the tin note. The Perique is present in the smoke, which is very nice, but it's got a sweetness. So there's a sweet high note, a mellow middle, and then that earthy undertone to it. This is a very smooth smoke. A little citrusy at that brighter sweet end. Just a little bit, though. Very interesting, intriguing. It's a really nice smoke. Again, I'm at the top of the bowl here, so I'm very interested how this is going to go as I smoke it down. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to smoke this down. I'll check back in and give you some additional thoughts as I'm getting down towards probably the last third of the bowl, and we'll see how she goes. While I'm smoking this, I wanted to share with you guys my story about how I came about purchasing my Midnight Orchard. It was a very non-standard purchase. So I had an alarm set on my phone for the release time, and I did not account for the time change from Seattle Pacific time to Juneau, Alaska time, which is Alaskan time, which is 4 hours behind Eastern. I did not account for that. So my alarm went off and I was an hour late to the release. And as you guys know, I like to buy my small batches from smokingbay.com. And I went and they were already sold out. For those of you who attend MKE Chris's and Carolina Kirk 70s live on Friday nights, you might know that MKE Chris is also on vacation in Alaska, and it just so happens that we were able to meet up in Skagway, Alaska. But at the time of this release, we had not met up yet, from what I can recall. Anyway, we were messaging on the boat. I did not have internet. I had messaging services. I was willing to pay the $7 to get messaging access from the boat, but not $7 a day for messaging access. That way we could stay in touch with each other on the boat as we were all over the place. But I was not willing to pay the exorbitant fees for internet access on the boat beyond the general minutes that I got. So messaging, Chris and I were staying in touch as we were in Juneau at the same time. We didn't have time to meet up, but in Juneau, we actually got to meet up and share a pipe together. I'll insert a picture of that here. That was awesome to be able to meet Chris, and we spent about a good hour and a half hanging out, talking. We didn't video anything, but we got some pictures. We walked around Skagway, around the dock area. Such an awesome experience to be able to meet Chris and talk with him, meet his family, met his wife and his 2 kids. He met my wife and my daughter and her 2 friends. And then everybody dispersed, and Chris and I hung out for an hour and a half, which was wonderful. So I should have looked it up before I started this video, but anyway, I let Chris know that I missed it, and he, I believe, again, running off memory here, he had forgotten about it. But he jumped on and told me that there was still some available at smoking pipes. So I jumped on smoking pipes, and I already had a bunch of things in my cart that I had not purchased yet. So I threw in 3 tins of the Midnight Orchard, sent my purchase, again, using boat minutes, and it was done. So I let him know that I got some. And before the trip, though, I was speaking with Pavel over at smokingbay.com, and as I had mentioned previously, he let me know that he had a Russian tobacco that he was willing to send to me with my next purchase from him that he wanted me to try. Since the seal had been broken, he couldn't sell it. And I let him know that, yeah, I'll be buying some Midnight Orchard when that drops. And he's like, that's perfect. So, but again, I was late to the show and I couldn't buy from him. He messaged me on Instagram and let me know that he had held a couple of tins for me. And I had already put in my order to smoking pipes, but you know, my word is my word. I told him I would buy some. He held 2 tins for me, and he was going to be sending me the extra tin to try. So I went ahead and bought the 2 tins from smokingbay.com as well. So I have 5 tins of Midnight Orchard, and I'm at this point, still, I'm at the first third of the bowl here. At this point, I'm enjoying this. This is a red Virginia experience. It's bready, earthy, and then it has that citrus note at the top, which is super intriguing. There's no aromatic smoke experience here other than just some kind of bright Virginia citrusy note. But this is a nice, again, it's just kind of bready, earthy, citrusy. I just wanted to share with you how I came to purchase some Midnight Orchard. It was a very non-standard purchasing day, doing it from the cruise ship. And again, thank you, Pavel, for holding those 2 tins for me. I really appreciate it. And I really look forward to smoking this porter foam. It smells wonderful. And Chris, again, super awesome to have met you, talk with you, spend some time with you. And I look forward to hearing all about the remainder of your trip. Guys, check out the next probably 2 lives with MK Chris and Carolina Kirk 70. Again, Friday nights, I believe it's usually 9 Eastern when they kick off. But that's a great hangout. Channels will be linked in the description. I'm going to continue smoking this. I'll be back with some additional thoughts. Okay, so I'm in the last 2/3. I'm not down to the last third, but beyond halfway here. And what I'm getting is more of a citrus peel, orange peel. It's not sweet citrus, but if you were to smell an orange peel, like you peel an orange and smell the peel, the white pulpy part of it, that the non-sweet part of that is kind of the higher note of this. If you enjoy red Virginias, you're probably going to dig this blend. It has a very nice earthy, kind of bready. The earthy is definitely there. The Perique brings in a nice bass note here. But the overall experience is a red Virginia with some extra interesting tones to this. Jeremy Reeves did a great job with this. This is an aromatic for a non-aromatic smoker, or a nice transition blend or an introduction for an aromatic smoker to a red Virginia Perique blend. The warming spice that they mention, I'm getting it more as a sensation rather than a taste. There is a spiciness on the palate here as you're smoking it down. About midway through the bowl is where it really became, I really became aware of it. And it comes together and creates a very unique experience. I don't know that I've ever had a Virginia Perique blend that smokes like this. Now I'm really curious to go back and watch some other reviews about what other people are saying about this, because I'm digging it, guys. I love a good red Virginia. Virginia Periques are a very enjoyable smoke. This is just adding some extra nuances that aren't normally there. Jeremy Reeves was not heavy-handed in the aromatic nature of this blend, which I think a lot of us can appreciate. And again, a great crossover blend to introduce aromatic smokers to what a non-aromatic could smoke like. This is a very non-aromatic smoke experience, but we're getting some extra flavor profiles here that would not normally be available to us with just the blending components that were provided. Very complimentary, very interesting. This could be a smoke that you enjoy, think about, try to pick out these flavors, but at the same time, there's nothing intrusive here. This could be a very easy all-day smoke. The Perique brings a little bit of nicotine. This is a medium minus, but the nicotine is there. Guys, I like Midnight Orchard. Was not what I was expecting. But then again, I came in with very low expectations. So I shouldn't say low expectations, no expectations. I did not consume a bunch of marketing about this before I purchased it. I just knew when it was dropping and I wanted to jump on it. Again, if you're a red Virginia lover, give this a try. See what you think. I don't even know if there's any still available. I was able to buy some an hour or so after the drop. I don't know what that looks like now. If you were not able to get your hands on some, I have more tins of this than I was intending. So, would love to do a trade if you're really interested. We can make that happen. Shoot me an email. But this will age very well. I can see that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Midnight Orchard is a winner in my books, guys. Look forward to hearing more of your thoughts. Shoot me your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear from those of you who have already smoked this. I will be looking for other videos as well to see what others have published already about this. I can see this being one of those love-hate blends, though. Again, I had very low to no expectations. I had no expectations of this blend, and I'm enjoying the smoke. With that, remember, life with a pipe is better than without. Bye for now.